A brand new trailer entirely made from gameplay has recently been launched for Just Cause 4. That's right, no pre-renders, no cinematics, this is all in-game footage, mixed with some creative camera angles. Whilst the trailer is given some context by Omar Shakir, the narrative director, there are still a few sections that you might have skimmed over or areas that could have been overlooked.
My name is Hailvale. Yep, it's me, I have green hair this time. And today we're going to be taking a look at 6 things that you need to know from the Just Cause 4 Tornado gameplay reveal. And remember, we are the official channel, so you're getting facts, not theories. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Before you do anything, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first to know about new Just Cause 4 videos. All right, let's go.
The Bridge, El Abismo. Let's start near the beginning, where Rico is on a grassy hill and flies towards this bridge. The bridge is called El Abismo, taking inspiration from the shanty towns or slums in South America in real life. Some citizens of Solis inhabit this place, as you can see by the balconies, doors, and walkways.
El Abismo roughly translates to the abyss or the gulf in English, and this can have sort of a double meaning. In a literal sense, the bridge spans across the abyss below it and allows people to cross a physical gulf. But it does also have a deeper meaning. The inhabitants of the bridge are living in such a gulf between themselves and the government, and El Abismo also has connotations of depression and disaster.
Grapple hook loadouts and tether placements. On the crane, you might have picked out that Rico is tethering an airlifter to each side, but then the central tethers don't have airlifters on them. What the trailer doesn't explain is that this is showing off the loadout functionality.
In the game, you will have 3 different loadout settings that you can toggle through, which means you can speedily switch through your favorite loadouts without having to go back into the menu each time. Now that is pretty handy.
Notice the placement of the tethers on this container. Rico is ensuring that the physicalized object is balanced out, using an airlifter for each of the corners on top and boosters on each of the corners on the side. As you can tell, it is now far easier to place these exactly where you want to, whilst not being right up next to the object. You can just latch them remotely from a distance. And this alteration results in a much better ability to create amazing stunts. Where you place each tether is just as important as what modification settings they are on. This world lives and breathes physics, with the objects acting realistically to how they would in real life. Rico has made this mere shipping container into a customized, controllable, flying platform. Another point is that the player is using short sustained bursts of power here. If the boosters were to be maxed out on thrust, that's when you lose control and the object spins around like crazy.
Not so great for precision, but an absolute riot to witness. We're looking at you, Achievement Hunter.
Plus, there are other settings you can change, like how high the airlifters can rise. Yes, infinity is an option. How much power are on the boosters? What direction do they move objects? How fast the retractor snaps together? There are so many various combinations of modifications, but stay tuned for much more info on that in the future.
In this mission, Rico's pursuing a massive tornado.
Extreme weather types for each biome. As the extreme weather types live within their own biomes, you'll exclusively find tornadoes in the grasslands region. I can reveal that the tornadoes appear in the sandbox areas of the game, and not just missions like the one you see in the video.
In this mission, Rico's pursuing a massive tornado as it weaves a path of destruction throughout the grasslands.
You could get wiped out by an airborne truck, or a container could smash into your path and block you off, or you could even just flip over and get wiped out yourself. You never know what's going to happen, which is super exciting.
Driving mechanics.
All right, let's see what this thing can do.
Just Cause 4 is bringing the ability to switch between driving cameras. So, depending on your preference, you can drive in first-person mode, a bit further back so you can see the front of the car, or further away, seeing the entire car.
Cesar, take the Storm Chaser and get out of here.
This time in Just Cause 4, driving mechanics have been drastically overhauled, meaning it's not only far easier to control cars, but more importantly, it is far more fun.
Sub-biomes. Around the 4-minute mark, you can see the terrain subtly changes from more grass and dirt roads to being almost entirely dirt and incorporating some sand. This is an example of sub-biomes gradually merging together.
Rather than abruptly switching from grasslands to desert, the subbiomes have individual characteristics that kind of gradually blend into one another the closer that they get to a full biome. So in the grasslands, we have the barren subbiome, which is more deserty, harsher, and more desolate than the rest of the subbiomes in that region.
Using enemy weapons against them.
The player can take out the wind cannons in any way they choose. Right now we're using the railgun, one of the many new weapons in the game.
In this section, Rico uses his grapple hook to send the Black Hand wind cannon spinning into a frenzy. You can see some enemies stood protecting it to the side, but Rico turns it against them as it blows one away and knocks the other heavier enemy down. This is a recurring theme in Just Cause 4. Using your handy grappling hook, you can utilize objects that you never could before. You can creatively think of ways to use enemy weapons to your advantage. This is definitely a key skill to have when fighting the Black Hand.
And there we have it, that was 6 things that you need to know from the latest Just Cause 4 Tornado gameplay reveal. Is there anything that we missed out or anything that you want to know more about? Let us know in the comments below and we will do our very best to answer them for you. Please do subscribe as we have got some incredible Just Cause 4 content coming up in the future that you will kick yourself if you miss it. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Hailvale, it has been a pleasure, and I will see you guys next time.